Lionsgate reportedly planning a new versions of American Psycho and The Dead Zone. Wow. All right. Let me read through this. This is interesting. I have some thoughts about this too after I read through this. Okay, two genre properties are plotting returns from Lionsgate. Jeff Snyder, the N. Snyder, reports with one of those projects being a fresh, modern take on American Psycho. Lionsgate is plotting a new American Psycho movie and showing interest in a remake of The Dead Zone. Snyder reported in last week's edition of the N. Snyder newsletter. This rolls off the tongue. American Psycho, the tale of murderous yuppie Patrick Bateman, began its life as a 1991 novel written by Bret Easton Ellis, which was turned into Mary Herron's 2000 movie. Christian Bale, of course, starred as Patrick Bateman in the hit movie, which still has fans debating a big question to this day. Is Bateman really a murderer or just a psychopath? The film did spawn a direct-to-video sequel with American Psycho 2 in 2002, and initially unrelated story that was turned into an American Psycho sequel. Mila Kunis starred. I still have not seen American Psycho 2. I don't really have a desire to see it, but that's pretty much all there is on the American Psycho, and I have some thoughts. I think this could work. I do think this could work in the modern day. And I think you don't want to make this in the 80s because you don't want to compete with that, right? Like American Psycho, that is phenomenal. That's probably in my top 20 favorite movies of all time. And, I don't think you want to try to repeat that. And the reason being is because you can have two movies side by side, not including the sequel, that you enjoy watching both of them, like the Maniac and the Maniac remake. That's how you do it. The Maniac remake is absolutely nothing like the original. Even the way the film is shot, it's from the killer's POV the whole time. Hell, you don't even see the killer's face throughout most of the movie. And if you're not prepared for that, by the way, it can be a little jarring. You got to know what you're going into. But let's look at American Psycho as a character study. Patrick Bateman. He is an extremely psychotic, narcissistic, yuppie type character. And the yuppie was kind of a thing of the 80s, the Wall Street type character. I think there's room today for, a narcissistic type character. If you maybe pull in a little bit of the internet and maybe an internet personality, and I think you could even make it like a guy with a YouTube channel, because I think there are some channels out there with narcissistic people, because you get a taste of that, that notoriety and that fame, and you're getting crazy views and whatnot. So that's just one example. And what if by night this guy is literally going around killing people, and he kind of keeps that facade on his channel? He could be doing live streams or whatever, or in his videos. But what if you have a character like that kind of buys into his own hype, and that, translates into an actual killer? And it gets so wild that maybe he even shares, the murders to his audience, and nobody believes him. I think you could actually take quite a few different professions revolving around the internet today, and it could work for an American Psycho type remake. And then you could, because the original had that 80s music, that great 80s music. You could take music from today and kind of weave it in there. I don't know what exactly that music would be, because we all have our musical taste. I like some stuff from today, but I think the 80s just had more of a stamp. Even in like all musical genres, there was just a stamp to the music back then. Whereas today, it's kind of all over the place, right? Destiny brings up a good comparison. Spree. Oh my God, Spree is pretty much what, maybe I was subconsciously thinking of Spree because, yeah, that's pretty much what Spree is. He is a freaking murderer. And you could make that an American Psycho type movie. You know, Spree, the whole movie took place in a car. Whereas this one, you know, the whole movie could take place on the internet, and he just gets richer and richer, and he's just completely narcissistic. He treats his subscribers like shit. He treats his family like shit, and his whole world is revolved around that. So, you know, I think there's hope for an American Psycho remake if it's well written, and I would definitely welcome it. I think there's a good chance for a great movie there. The Suspiria remake, another great example of a movie that is nothing like the original, but very effective. I wouldn't say it's as good as the original because I just adore that movie. That is one of my all-time favorite movies. But the original's so much about style and great giallo kills and all that, even though it's not technically a giallo movie. I really appreciated how different the remake was, and I think it was downright chilling at times. You know, a lot of times it just felt like a completely different movie, and I think that's why it worked so well. And some beautiful dancing in there too. So yeah. That's my thoughts on American Psycho. Is it something that you guys would welcome, or is it no? It's not for me. I just keep the original. I'll watch that. I don't want a remake. Okay. I think I always welcome remakes if there's a chance. You know, it does help to see who's behind it. You know, the direction, the team. Like if they announce, like, let me think. Like, who's a director today that would be perfectly suited for an American Psycho remake? I think there's probably a few. Like, I think the directors of Talk to Me might be well suited for this. The director of Smile might be suited well for American Psycho. So, and the list goes on and on. I think there's a lot of great directors today that could handle this. Okay? So, yeah. Brandon says, only if they can get a great director, star, and writer. Yeah, that's what it all comes down to. Maybe even, and hear me out on this one, guys. What do you think about the director of Starry Eyes? Now, didn't that director do the Pet Sematary remake? Still, I think there's, oh my God, Nicholas Winding Refn, John Doe. Oh my God, if you could wrangle him in, because he does get a little bit weird. Like if you've seen Only God Forgives, that's a tough watch. Love his style. Drive is amazing. I freaking love Drive. So I think if you could wrangle Nicholas Refn in and say, hey, what you did with Drive, maybe that type vibe, give us that with American Psycho. It might work. It might work. What's up, guys? You are at the end of the DD Live clip. What I do is I like to clip these out if I think the topic is important or something that's newsworthy. So thank you for watching. And if you want to watch more, you can go over here. You can go over here, click on one of those. And hopefully I can do this for 20 seconds, which I think I did. Okay, so yeah, thanks for watching, guys.